Hi there. Welcome to this month's installment of School Counselors Corner, where we provide tips and insight and support to ensure that your S1 student is well on their way. Well, today we have a few celebrations, and we want to start off with celebrations and then move on to information on ensuring that your student has their co-curricular and community service hours ready to go with the end of this academic year. But first, we're going to celebrate. We're going to honor the students that have received academic honor roll this year. I got to see, actually, I should say during quarter 2 of this academic year, I got to see again a number of parents and guardians and support individuals that came out to cheer on our students. We had 81 that were celebrated for quarter 2. And I want to honor, as Ms. Kamara did, that typically we see a dip from quarter 1 to quarter 2 because the academic rigor can pick up a bit more in quarter 2. But we had 83 students on honor roll in quarter 1 and 81 in quarter 2. So we are only down 2 students going from quarter 1 to quarter 2, which shows that our students by and large have been able to maintain their academic progress. And so we celebrate you. And for the students that have not made honor roll, there is hope. There is opportunity for them to be able to reach the honor roll. May they find this as inspiration. Oftentimes after honor roll, I have students that have not made it that come in my office and they say, okay, so I didn't make it this time. What can I do to get on track for the next time? And so with that in mind, I really want to take a moment to encourage parents and guardians to continue to ask your students about their homework, to show you the notes from their classes, to show you the assignments that they're supposed to be working on from their classes. And as we're still trying to support our students with cultivating organizational habits and patterns that will support their high school career, but will also, and most importantly, strengthen these skills for adulthood. And so they really, truly do still need a lot of support to ensure that they're doing their homework, that if they're saying they don't have any homework for that day, that they are reviewing the course material that was covered during the day, that they're reading the books, that they are actually doing homework and review every evening after school. We're hearing that our students want to log on to TV and social media and just relax after school, but we know that there's a time for relaxation and kind of taking a deep breath, but it's also a time to review the material and to be completing their assignments. And so you truly want to see them getting into that routine, as a number of them are still adjusting from COVID life, to be frank. They're sharing how their middle school journey was quite unpredictable, and we're trying to get them back into cultivating the habits that they'll need for success. All right, we also want to honor one of our S1 students, and I'm going to be pulling up my computer screen so that you can actually see both the student that we're going to be honoring, but also information on our co-curricular and community service hours. So we have an S1 student that has made the newspaper, right? He is an entrepreneur, Aaron Lugo Jr. He is a student that owns a lawnmower, a business, and I want to give it the correct name. It's called Lugo Mighty Motor Lawn Service and Maintenance. And he started this when he was 13 years old, I'm reading. And he was the first Bermudian to complete the 50-yard challenge with Rodney Smith of Raising Man Lawn Care Services. And I've been told that last year he won the BEDC Bermuda Business Award for Most Enterprising Young Entrepreneur of 2022. And we want to honor you. We want to honor you for being recognized for your endeavors. Aaron, we see you. And he was also an honor roll student. And so we just want to say that we acknowledge you, Aaron. All right. So many of our students are doing amazing work in the community. So we're going to turn our attention towards our volunteer and co-curricular hours. I want to make sure that everyone is in the loop in remembering that each year, students are to acquire 20 hours of co-curricular activities. So that's the extracurriculars if they're doing dance or football or netball or anything like that, or in a youth group, in addition to 20 hours of community service each year. So S1, S2, S3, S4, 20 hours each year, and in each category, both for co-curricular and for community service, all right? So I would like to share with you some options for where students can consider um, signing up and beginning those volunteerism hours. And I want to also note that here at the Barclay, our staff complete a checkpoint just to see how many hours our students are acquiring. And so far, I want to acknowledge the following students that you'll see on my screen for completing their co-curricular hours. We're seeing the paperwork that's coming in and their community service hours, all right? So we certainly want to share that we see those that have gotten started. We see those that have handed in their paperwork. And we really want to ensure that our list becomes way more robust before our next checkpoint that takes place on Thursday, March the 23rd. So again, Thursday, March the 23rd, we're going to have another review of all of the hours that our students have acquired, and we need to be seeing way more, right? Way more students that are out there in the community cultivating a holistic approach to education that involves hands-on, practical, positive experiences. All right, so we're going to talk about a few places where if you're looking, okay, here you're saying we need this, but where do I go, Mrs. Massini? Where do I go? So here's one option, and that's volunteerbermuda.com. You'll see you can click on volunteer. You can click on register, and you can see that they have an option. Are you older than 18? No. And they will allow you to put the parent or guardian's information in here, and they can support you with places to register, to volunteer. So that's one option we have, volunteerbermuda.com, all right? And there are also nonprofits or organizations that target and are wanting to recruit, I should say, young people. So we have the Bermuda National Trust. There's a whole youth volunteering arm that our students have the opportunity to explore, all right? So they have an online application right here that you can click on, and you can complete this and call them for more information. So that's another option we have in our community. The BEDC, the aquarium, they have another option as well for volunteerism, and they have a youth volunteer application. And what I would encourage you to do with all of these is to contact them directly, right? Sometimes they have specific requirements. And we also want to see if it's going to be a good match for our young people. So just call them to get some information before you register or as you register, just to make sure that you're comfortable with where you are registering your young person. The BUEI also has a volunteerism opportunity for our young people. And again, we're going to click the under 18 application, and it will provide you, a download to complete and submit. Okay. A few weeks ago, when I was outside walking in the trail, I actually bumped into staff from the Duke of Edinburgh International Award and staff from the Junior Leaders with the Bermuda Royal Regiment. And they were out with a group of young people engaged in activities, teamwork building activities, survival and hands-on activities for what you do in nature if you were to encounter certain circumstances. And so these are two co-curricular opportunities that you have for extracurricular engagements for young people to be able to cultivate elements of survival, dealing with hard circumstances, walking and moving their bodies, being outside in nature and away from electronics for a bit. So these are just a few options that you have available in the community for your consideration. What I will do is I will attach to this email correspondence the paperwork for you to complete. I believe it will require a signature from the individual that either oversaw the hours or supported your young person with the co-curricular activities. So I'll make sure that you have that paperwork attached so that you can have it filled out and returned back to school. All right. Thank you so much, and we'll see you again next month. Take care.